Your assessment of the scanty crowd that greeted, the so-called campaign launch of the outgoing governor Ademola Adeleke. So it's a relative, your assessment, because there was nothing to show for it, and it was the propaganda that preceded that campaign. Scanty, people that greeted the people did not was not in tune. So with the propaganda that preceded it, so one would have expected that that if one should put a pin down, so there will not be a space for it. But lo and behold, it was scanty, according to my assessment, and those of the discerning members of the society who are strictly apolitical. So I can remember that about 10 days ago, we did my federal constituency of APC. So we did a walk to win, whereby we trekked from a certain place in Ile-Ife, so called that's a roundabout before that leads to the roundabout that leads to the OAU. We trekked from there to the Palace of the Oni of Ife, which is a distance of not less than about 10 kilometers. You understand? If you see the mammoth crowd for the APC in that Ife federal constituency, the crowd was even more than what you were telling me that it was a mammoth. There was nothing mammoth there. Nothing more mammoth in that crowd that greeted the campaign launch of Adeleke. And what transpired that day, with reference to the scanty crowd, was suggestive of the fact that the so-called popularity of Governor Adeleke is dwindling. So we are not surprised, because the people of this state, they have tasted is a government. Come to think of it, there was no basis for that, because in the first instance, when these people you are talking about, when they came into the party, so they did not come with any letter of appointment. So why should they be bringing in a letter of disengagement in trickles, one letter a day, which is nothing but it's just to show off. I think attention-seeking device. You understand? So it doesn't shake our party at all. So more so, this is the season of, it's like a football match. This, where we are now, that is I would say few weeks to the election, the governorship election in Osun State. So it's the season that you witness that kind of people are grieved, they change camps. So when you say people are leaving the party, you are forgetting that some other people are coming into our party. If you see what was the pedigree of those who have left our party, or who have told us that they have left the party. So you want to compare that with the likes of the 2 senators and the 3 House of Representatives and some other bigger names in the PDP who have crossed to our party. So we can continue to mention names. So we are not moved. We are unshakable. That is a mere propaganda that the serving councillors, serving council chairmen, so they are throwing that over. That is not correct. So whoever believes that can believe anything. We found out, and there is nothing. There is nothing suggestive of what you have just said. So it's just the work of is a propaganda work by those who are peddling such a rumor. So it's nothing there is nothing therein. And you called Osun East our stronghold. I disagree with you. All these senatorial zones or districts are our stronghold. Don't forget that we have our governorship candidate even from the west too. So we have our governorship candidate from the Osun West, and we have our deputy governorship candidate from the Osun East. So what are we talking about? So some people go, some people come, right? And in politics, there is a free entry and free exit. whoever does not, it's even better for those who cannot uh, conform with the ideal of a party to find their way out of the party instead of having to work against a party and pretending to be part of us. So I disagree with you that there is that our stronghold has been penetrated into. So that is not it. How about when we, as I said earlier on, when we vested two senators and 3 House of Assembly members and some notable members of the PDP, what do we call that?
So, Ben, let's look at this. What is the chance of your party?
Very
Before
bright.
we look at your candidate.
Very, very bright. Very, very bright because, election is a process. We are fortunate. Let me congratulate the people of Osun for having the like of our governorship candidate in person of Asiwaju Muniruddin Bola Oyebanji, popularly called Ambo, as our governorship candidate, because he's prepared. It's a process. Just this way I said that election is a process. He has been burning the candle, from both ends, while he's an Ake rival. Ake rival is busy dancing all over, from Abuja to Kano to Lagos, to Atlanta in the United States of America. So he knows what to do, and he's not new to government. So he's tested. So somebody who was a deputy, who was a commissioner for finance on 2 occasions. There is a record that he had served 2 governors as a commissioner for finance, and he performed, creditably. So, and when he was the managing director of Eniwa, so he transformed that effectively. So the record is there for all to see. And in his outside the government, so he had made his mark as a reputable banker who got to the pinnacle of his profession. So